In today's topic, it's going to be boring. It's all about the numbers. It's about the ones and zeros and tens and thousands. And you have to be very aware of analytical data because it can either work for you or against you. But if you don't even care about it, you may just screw yourself in the end. Let's talk about analytics. As I mentioned in previous episodes, I'm very analytically driven. I told you that what I see today on social media is my tomorrow. And the fact is that I measure myself through analytical data to be able to know what the community is looking for. And I know you're thinking, well, I'm not interested in that. Well, then why the hell are you here? I'm very critical on influencers that don't understand analytics. The way that I see it is that if a person approached me and said, I'm a really popular person and I think that you should invest some money in me, people like me, and certainly the companies, can invest in programs to double check your math. So for example, I have a program called AHREFS and it costs me $300 a month to have it. So AHREFS is what I call it. And this particular program allows me to see the analytical data of most of the platforms that you see online. And so if a person is going to approach me and say, Michael, I would like for you to spend $1,000 on me and I can drive this and this and this and this, but then I enter their website into this program and the program shows me all their analytical data on exactly what they're doing and how they're doing it and what their top performing content is, what their keywords are, and a whole lot of things, is that somebody that is lying will literally be caught right dead in their tracks right from that very moment. There are some YouTube hosts and Instagram and Facebook and everything where the host says, oh my God, this was such a successful program. I could not even believe it. The numbers were fabulous. But then somebody like me with the program, it can go in there and like, okay, then if you consider that 100 people got involved in this versus the tens of thousands that they have, was that a success or not? And so when I think about it from this element is that once somebody is caught lying about their analytical data, it is game over. You are done. You are better off to be honest with a person or a company that you want to work with of what your capabilities are. So if you say, well, we're going to generate really big traffic for you, and they're going to say, well, how much traffic are you thinking about? You're better off to say, I don't know, versus giving a number that is completely bullshit. Because that number, and if it doesn't, and you don't deliver it, you are done. Your integrity is gone. Your trust is gone. When I work with Jimmy Bean's Wool, for example, I always say to Shannon, and I say, well, you know what? I'm really not sure how the community is going to like the retreat. But I said, we can just try it and we'll go for that. And they said, you know what? Let's just do our best and we sell out. And so if I go in there and say, you know what, we're going to sell this out and it's going to be so easy and easy and easy, and then it launches and then it's crickets, you're screwed, because it means that you are not trustworthy enough to be able to present data that makes sense. So you need to get involved in analytical data, and it's not just on YouTube, it's on Instagram, it's Facebook, it's Twitter, it's Pinterest. Threads probably will eventually have analytical data, because ultimately your success is through that. I told you that I started this whole journey in 2008 before social media was even a thing. And so I looked at another YouTube host at the time, Teresa Richardson, and I said, why is she popular? And I went in and I looked at how she was talking, and I looked at about what she was putting in the information of the videos, like in the descriptions, and I just kind of examined how she was doing that. And then I was looking at my own analytical data, which at the time is Mickey Mouse compared to what today's analytical data is that, oh, you know what? She's a likable person. She gets right to the point. She has really snappy, just quick, and people seem to like that. And so without that critical thinking of analyzing other people's content, you're not going to be successful, because if you're not going to take the time to analyze somebody else's content, you're certainly probably not taking the time to analyze your own. There are certain things that are absolutely a bust when it comes to social media, where I swore to God that I thought it would be a really great pattern to go, and it goes out and it just lands like crickets. like nothing. And so sometimes you can get caught with your pants down by not reviewing your analytics enough to understand what people exactly are looking for. So the best way is just start reviewing, and remember when that you look at your analytics, just don't look at this week and this month. Always look about a 3-month window to determine where you are going to be. In our business here, we're a cycle. And so right now it's July 2023. We're in the low cycle of the year. So because we're North American and it's hot out, crochet and knitting is not as popular, but certainly when the weather starts to turn around September and definitely by November, is that the analytics then go through the roof because people are that much interested in. But what you need to pay attention to is that this is actually my busy season right now, even though it's the lowest peak, because I'm getting ready for people to return back to the hobby in the fall. So without understanding the analytics like that, then you may be doing yourself a disservice. When I first started this whole thing, I was like, oh, God damn, like, why am I going lower and lower and lower? And I'm thinking, well, shit, I think I've just lost my community, not realizing that my community is running in a cycle. So you have to determine and really look to retail. This will really help you, is that if you look to the retail cycle of certain things, is that they don't talk about Christmas like in April, or they don't have the Christmas decorations out, but certainly by September, October, the Christmas is in like full swing, and then by Christmas time, the decorations are already being cleared out and ready to move on and moving on to Valentine's. It's just the way that it is. And so if you can see that within your analytical data, you're far more better off in the future, because it'll allow you to predict what people are looking for, the time frames of what people are looking for, and exactly the certain content that they're looking for. And again, if you're doing slapjack videos or therapy sessions or anything like that, that kind of stuff is probably relevant all year round. And so it's not good enough to think, oh, I'm just doing good. You really need to prove it statistically wise. And finally, one last thought here, because I'm running on too long, is that I actually keep spreadsheets of exactly what I am doing, and I look at it from week to week. And so week to week, I can see if we're increasing or decreasing, but I'm really ultimately looking about a 3-month window to see the ups and the downs of the cycles. And if something really did well, why did it do well? Was it the time of season? Was it the right topic? And without that critical thinking, you're basically in trouble. So get used to looking at analytics, and I would invest the time into doing that. And if you don't know how to use it, just get on some analytics right now and just start looking at what you can see, and then just taking mental notes of where things are, and then revisit in about a week or so. But every day I'm looking at analytics as part of my daily routine, because I want to see how yesterday performed, because what happened yesterday is my today. Because if something was popular yesterday that caught me by surprise, I'm going to ride on that thing again today. But if it tanked yesterday, I'm moving on today to something else. Just be very analytical and be very honest, because it's going to be the analytics that are going to ruin you at the end of the day, especially if you're not being honest.